gear doesn't matter. You all heard it, it's just kind of funny saying right now. It's kind of ridiculous to say that, especially if you have an FX6 in your kit. But I'm going to be going over what you should invest in when you are starting out, because do believe me, you don't need everything. With so many options in the market, it's really tempting to just buy everything that you see. You know, you just see some flashy offer about some piece of equipment that you think, okay, I really do need this, but in general, you don't need everything, as I said. So here are 5 essential pieces of equipment that you should invest in when you are starting out. Your camera is your most critical tool when you are starting out, obviously. You want to have a camera that can offer high quality video, but also good photo capabilities, because when you are starting out as a freelancer, you're often doing both video and photo. Even though you like it or not, you just take whatever gets you money. So having that hybrid capability is really handy. Now, in my experience, I have always been a Sony shooter. I am shooting this on the Sony a7 III. I actually started out with this camera, the Sony a6300. I think it's that now. At least I haven't used it in a couple of years. But I can definitely recommend Sony, so I would suggest going for Sony a7 IV. I actually really want that camera. I have tested it out before, I've rented it out when I was shooting. And this camera offers 4K 60p in 10-bit and also 33 megapixel sensor for photos, so it's really good. Of course, it does cost a bit. It's going to be set you back about $2,500. But for a camera like this, and also if you want to pick up the lens with it, the kit lens, which is a 28-70 for additional $200, you have a camera and a lens ready to go. So having a lens can make the difference in videography. While it's tempting to go for more expensive options, there's no need to break the bank in the beginning. You can start off with just a simple 28-75 Tamron lens. It's been my workhorse for like 4 years now. I've done every single project with it, and also I'm shooting on the wide lens from Tamron right now, and they just work fine. The autofocus is good, the build quality is decent, the sharpness is fine. So with the bundle that I talked about in the beginning, you're already getting a good value from that lens. It's like $200. This one, even though this is really cheap, this probably costs like $1,200. So definitely check out that bundle. I think it's a really good price for when you're starting out. So if you're planning to film interview, decent audio is essential. While it's possible to get without a microphone setup in the beginning, if you can, I can highly recommend investing in one. I actually started out with the Rode Wireless Go 2. They are fine when they work, but I ran into a few issues and I had to replace them eventually with another setup. So I went with the Sony ones right here. I just invested in this one and they are really good quality. Of course, I also invested in this shotgun mic. So for interviews, I'm pretty set right now. But as I said, if you're just doing event filmmaking or short social media videos that don't need audio, then you can skip this part. You don't have to buy audio in the beginning. But of course, if you can, it's really good to have something like this in your kit. Like audio, lighting can make or break a video. I mean, look at this setup if there was no light. Now, this is not good, of course. Let's turn it back on. While of course it's possible to just rent lights whenever you need them, because maybe you won't need them that much if, as I said, you're doing event filmmaking or short social media videos, then you can just rent the lights whenever you need them. But having proper lighting setup can really save you time and make clients more happy, because you don't want to be filming interviews without lights, for example. Even though I've been doing this for 4 years, I've got an expensive camera, and I got a B camera and got a microphone and all that. I just have one light, and that's this one. I'm going to be purchasing some Aperture 300Ds or some Amran, which I'm really stoked for in the future, but right now I just have this cheap one, which I got from BH Photo. I'll link it down in the description. It's just like a couple $100, so it's really good for that amount of money. Now, last but not least is the computer. Now, I'm not gonna dwell much on this topic. I'm just gonna say that you do need a computer if you're going to be editing your videos or photos, but you don't need a super fast computer. You can easily proxy your files in DaVinci or Premiere Pro. Now that makes your footage super smooth when you're editing, and then you just export it afterwards without the proxies. It's a really handy thing, and I definitely recommend it if you don't have a good computer in the beginning. With that said, of course it's good to have a really fast computer when you are getting more and more projects and you can actually invest in one, but I just have a Mac Mini M1 right here, and that's my main thing. It costs like $1,000, that's it, and I've been using it now for 1 year or 2 years, and it's been great. So in conclusion, starting a freelancing videography or photography business can be expensive, and it probably will be, but you don't need every single thing that you really want. You have to limit yourself, especially in the beginning. And if you have a camera and a lens and a computer to begin with, you are ready to go. Then just go out there, try to find some clients, make something good, save up for audio equipment, save up for lighting equipment, save up for more SD cards or batteries or a B-cam or whatever. And remember, the most important thing is that just keep on shooting, keep on practicing. The gear will come later in your lifetime. Like, even though I've got something expensive, I'm not that good at this or that, and I really want to be better at lighting these scenarios or doing this. So you can always learn, and that's just so important. So don't let the gear hold you back. Just start, do your shoots. If the client requires something bigger than you have, then you can just add it to the budget and rent it for him. Now, of course, you do want tripods, stabilizers, sliders, all these kind of things. But these are all things that can come in later on when you are making videos. Because as I said, the easiest thing to do when you're beginning is making event videos, making some short social media content that don't require big setups, and you can just run on the location, shoot your stuff, go home, edit it, get paid. That is it for today. I hope you like it. I have more videos on my channel if you want to check them out, and peace.